their netballers playing in the Bendigo Football Netball League. But it's over to Chris Yeen, who's going to bring us up to speed with a bounce of the ball.
Yes, and certainly a big game down here at Romsey Park this afternoon. We thank you for your company wherever you may be listening as the ball presses forward up towards left half forward for the Redbacks. Strickland goes bang, hits the deck, gets a little quick kick along the way along the boundary line, 55 metres out from the Romsey goal. Wright's tackle, umpire calls play on. Pack conforms around about left half forward, 52.5 metres out from goal, early stages, first term.
And of course, we're at the Tony Clark Reserve. We're actually Tony Clark Reserve. We're not at Romsey at all there, Chriso.
That's right.
Off the mark. I'm just
Tony Clark Reserve. We'll be at Romsey Park next week, a week beyond the play. But not beyond the play here as the ball heads out towards centre wing, commentary side. The scoreboard side, up towards half forward, and the free kick's been paid at centre wing. Doug, what was that one paid for?
I missed that one. Did you pick it up, Ken? I was thinking Romsey's going to take a little while to settle down. I wouldn't be surprised here. They had the bye last week. Over to you, Chris.
They certainly will now as Story picks it up. Defensive 25, gets a handball over the top to Petrolo. Ducks the head, takes a bounce. Oh, we love this on Highlands FM from Petrolo. Great player. Kicks it up towards centre wing. Contest in front of us. A 2-1-1 in favour of the Cats. Kept in there by the Cats along the boundary line. Plays converge again. Wright picks it up. He tucks the ball under his arm with a left foot kick. Up towards centre half forward now. Play goes up off hands from Dawson. A shot here from the Cats. Dumping. Open goal square. Hangs out to the right and bounces through for a minor score.
Well, no doubt there is no issue about the wind affecting that end.
No, that's right.
The ball's carrying very well. And there'll be a lot of long kicking and to position.
Indeed.
It was George Hillary that kicked that minor score there for the Cats. They're on the board early on, kicking to the right of its aisle. Good mark.
It was a dangerous turnover, that one.
Aaron Story, a mongrel looking kick, and Romerell takes it uncontested defensive 15. Then through the corridor, and he kicks a mongrel looking kick straight towards the boundary line. Unintentional, of course. Yes. We'll see a throw in, left forward pocket.
It could be that Romsey in defending may have to play man-to-man and short possession, short kicking, Chris. Get it out before they can open it up in the offensive zone.
Well, that wind is going to be hard to kick into. We know we can't really feel it up here in the commentary position, but kicking into that breeze is lethal. It's good, low, hard kicks will generally get you a little bit of distance there.
Yes, it's a protected ground, but as you indicated earlier on, there's still a bit of wind down there at ground level.
Definitely, you can feel it. It really picks up from time to time. And the indication that we'll get here on the commentary wing is you look at the cricket pitch, you'll often see a big puff of dust blow straight up. And Jess, we experienced that when we were enjoying a bit of a bite to eat in the middle of the ground.
Yes, I was trying to have my burger and I got a mouthful of dust.
The price you pay for talking to umpires. As we see a beautiful tackle here, umpire is called ball up. And I think Romsey wanted to go on with it there, but we'll see a ball up. Left half forward for the Cats in front of the Romsey interchange bench. Almost the corridor, about 45 metres out from goal. The Cats by a point, early stages. Now the Redbacks through Danny Harrison. Now got a handball out to a Cats player there in Tim Lyon, his first season at the Cattery this year, and he takes it out of bounds.
Of course, the umpire down that end there is, of course, Rob Simmons. And how many games has Rob umpired, do you reckon?
Well over 800.
Well, over 800 games. Bit of experience.
Him and his brother have done a lot together. Now as Sanders kicks it forward for the Cats, bounce towards the goal square, hands off from the Redbacks. They keep it in beautifully. I think that was out there by Nathan Stevens, sporting number 38 this afternoon. Ball out towards Meldrum and Mitchell. And which way is the umpire going to pay this one? We'll see. A boundary throw in right half forward for the Cats scoreboard wing.
Score currently Macedon 1 behind.
I noticed the celebrity footy tipping that Macedon had a couple of ticks against it, but Romsey are going into the game favourites.
Yeah, well, given the list today, you expect the Cats might just have a little bit more experience now as they push forward again. That might have been from Sanders. Ball heads out towards for a minor score. And it's rushed behind there from Petrolo from the Redbacks. Two behinds. Macedon lead Romsey yet to score.
They certainly want to make the best of this wind this quarter.
Exactly, yes.
You never know, these breezes can drop off at times, so yeah, they want to make the very best of it.
Definitely right there, Kenny, as the ball heads up towards our centre wing. Good mark taken by Higginbotham, the former Gisborne played in the...
Strong boy.
Played in the reserves grand final a couple of years ago. Okay, actually the premiership for Gisborne. He's a good player, good acquisition to the Cats, but now the Redbacks on the counter. They'll send the ball out towards left half forward now. In hot pursuit down there is one of the Romsey stars in Craig Robbins. But now Macedon have the turnover there. Hickenbotham on the end of it again. Macedon player shields his eye from the sun, but I think it might be Hillary again. He takes the mark, plays on, gets it onto a teammate there on the outer wing, then Tim Detman up towards the scoreboard, half forward, free kick, holding the man. Ooh. And that'll go to Ash Fleming.
And Chris might be a good opportunity to let the listeners know what's happened to the Davidson brothers.
One of them's moved on, the other one is staying. And the Centurion is still with the Redbacks. He's playing in the forward line today. Kicked 6 goals the last time we saw him at the Tony Clark Reserve. As the ball is sent out of bounds, centre wing, commentary side, just right of the centre. Macedon 2 behinds. Romsey yet to score.
And where's Nathan gone to, Chris? You know, he's just moved to another league, another tournament.
Not too sure there, Dougie. But we can chase that up throughout the afternoon. As a little bit of how you're going here, or a free kick's been paid to the Redbacks. And now one of the under-18 stars in the ruck. He stepped up today. The ball heads out towards Cam Dawson. May have bad memories of this ground. Going back a few years ago, the premiership year for the grand final year for the Redbacks. Anyway, ball here at centre wing. Dawson again.
Going Dawson.
Oh, courage under fire. Found a teammate and Story. He's a long way out from goal. He pumps it long towards guess who?
Oh, yes.
Matt Davidson.
Oh, he's got it there. What did he kick it? He's against the... No, he's not got the wind. No, he hasn't.
He's kicking into the breeze at 35 out.
And if he kicks this is Cam Dawson's goal.
It is. How good was that work here on centre wing?
Second effort, brilliant.
Matt Davidson, that's 40 metres out from goal where the player will take it, and he cannot miss.
Where did it go?
Straight through the high diddle. Kenny, love your work, mate.
Cam Dawson, well played, Cam Dawson.
And that's one straight goal to Romsey, 2 behinds to Macedon right here. About what mark of the first quarter, Jess? About
7 minutes, Ken.
Okay, thank you indeed, Jess. So catch you unawares.
Aaron Christensen getting ready to come on for the Cats. He's a good impact player whenever he gets involved.
Very important, Chris and Ken, Jesse, for the Macedon defenders to fill the hole to prevent Davidson moving into that open space.
Yep,
they did it so easily then, too easily.
Well, Pete Markworth's got the job on him this afternoon. He might have his job cut out for him. He'll do a fantastic effort. As the game progresses, the Cats push forward again now. Ball about 15 metres out from goal, left forward pocket. Meldrum, he picks it up. He almost looked to go to Christensen. Probably should have. Up and under kick, minor score. Well, you could see, guys, he was in 2 minds there, Meldrum. He ended up going on the opposite foot.
Yep, indeed. Tell you what, though, that was a very quick passage of play because they went straight down the middle, run mucking around on the flank, straight down the guts, and at least a score came very quickly after that centre clearance.
Yes, Macedon would be a bit disappointed at this stage of the game. With the wind, the scoring end, only 3 behinds, and Romsey scored a goal against it.
Ball up towards centre half forward. That's by Mark Strickland. One thing I like about the Cats is they do play very tall. And what's going on here? The umpires, in fact, it penalised him. In the back, free kick out of all that. So the umpire, Rob Simmons, was right on the mark there. The umpires, a little bit of confusion in the middle, but back on with it now as Mitchell can't quite take the mark there against strong opposition there on the outer side. Now he picks it up. He's just too classy, Mitchell. He'll send it up towards left half forward. Dawson's got 2 to contend with and Burgess takes it. Look at Cats. Defensive 45 to Christensen in the middle, puts his head down. The ball slips out of the tackle. Tommy Hansford, he's dispossessed straight away. Now the Redbacks through Kellyhart up towards the 3 minutes. Oh, Dawson flew. Davidson should be a goal here for Farmer. It is. 25 on the run.
Boy, oh boy, they're certainly doing great work against the breeze this quarter, and I tell you what, they're very happy, Romsey, at this stage. They're 2 goals to 3 behinds. So 2 goals straight, 3 behinds.
Cam Dawson's enthusiasm, he got in the way of Davidson then, who I think would have taken the mark, but as it turned out, Romsey's got the goal with Farmer.
Yes, indeed. That was a pity. That came from a free, which is going to be right in the centre. All of a sudden, the thing was reversed because of in the back, and of course, that's resulted in a very quick snagger.
Well, that's a 12-point play, or 12-point turnaround, isn't it, really? In the context of the game, we saw that happen last week. A free kick was given away to Melton Centrals, and they didn't have to get a goal out of it after Woodend had possession of the ball. Now, back at the start. Players fight around this cricket pitch. Shannon Green at the bottom of that one. Ball slips out to Austin. Here's, Jackson Mills. He's wrapped up straight away. Umpire Rob Simmons says, thank you, I'll have it just right of centre. 9 points to deficit in favour of the Redbacks. Ball goes up again. Good work there by this young, talented under-18 star. The Redbacks will move forward through McNaughton. Good chain of handballs out to Farmer. He bashes it on ball 60 metres out from goal. Two Cats get around Brewer. Back to Dawson's had a good start to this one. Green tries to bash it forward. Back to... it was a Gillirat. Ball now up towards Davidson. Has his name all over this. Good work.
Turns around and
he should go.
rock and roll.
From a free kick, player, and he took his own advantage, holding the man. They've really got to sort that problem out, Macedon. Davidson, he's been the target 3 times, has kicked 2 goals.
Yeah, indeed. It's still early, halfway through the first quarter. I think we'll get a check with Jess in just a moment how far we're in. But it's 3 goals straight for Romsey. For Romsey, and of course 3 behinds for Macedon.
I just want to correct something I made a point a few moments ago about Romsey having the bye last week. Of course, it was Riddle. Romsey had the bye in the first round, so Romsey have got a continuity of the 2 weeks. So that's my mistake. And so Romsey are right in there, continuing on from their first game last week, which they won against Wallen very easily.
Thanks for clarifying that, Doug. We've got a centre bounce again.
Ball goes up again. Hansford almost took behind his ball still along that cricket pitch, seeing the dust light up the ground. Farmer just got a handball at the back to Harrison. A kick up towards right half forward. Good work from Detman. Hits the ground running. Left foot kick to Mitchell. You can see the groans of the crowd, but the ball gets some distance from the wind. Bang! I think it might have been Clough that come in there with the bump there, and the ball dribbles out of bounds 52 metres out from goal, from the Macedon goal, right in front of the scoreboard that sees Romsey 3 straight, lead Macedon 3 behinds. We're seeing a double change here over at the Cats, and Farmer comes off for a spell. Ball inside the Macedon attacking zone, kicking to the right of Idial. Ball heads out towards Harrison now. Danny Harrison, the former Roo, just over the head of it. McNaughton down there on centre wing. Strickland handballed in, ricochet off McNaughton, and the ball goes out of bounds, and we'll see a throw in. 15 points of margin.
A very good start by Romsey, Chris and Ken. Excellent start. They've got a lot to prove. They're very disappointed with losing that premiership last year and not getting back-to-back, and it's a big motivating factor for many, many clubs at any level.
Well, it's like Essendon of 99.
Yes, my word. There's a history where clubs have gone into grand finals, they've lost it, and it's been a big motivating factor the next year.
Oh, the Redbacks are pushing forward again. Ball left half forward for them. Umpire calls play on advantage too high. Up to guess who? Davidson.
Very good, Mark.
Oh, rolled it along his arm.
He turned his opposing number 25 inside out. The ball has gone to him 4 times. He had a goal assist, and he's going for his 3rd goal. And this is looking very dangerous. I think the last time we saw him here on Highlands FM at the Tony Clark Reserve, he kicked 6 goals, including 1 around the body. It was just a most amazing football we've ever seen. He has kicked 3 straight. Takes that. The Cats 3 behind. Trail Romsey 4 straight. 21 points of deficit. How long, Jess? When you get a second.
13 minutes.
13 minutes. Just shows you the difference in the 2 sides, where you've got actually a key ball forward there to aim for, and of course you can't have any better, of course, than our man Matt. So fantastic, and there's 3 of the 4 goals he has kicked. So he is the focal point. And if I was the coach, I'd be thinking about doing something there.
Well, Pete Markworth is going to have a bit of assistance further up the ground. That was caught out again on a one-on-one.
Yep.
And of course, we think of his brother, Daniel Markworth, and his progress, as we mentioned in the Sports Wrap program, who's recovering from an ACL up in his journey with St Kilda.
Yes.
A free kick, a centre square infringement. And we'll go to Tommy Hansford, who's come back to the club this year. He is a magnificent tool in addition to the Cats. Ball up towards left half forward now in front of Strickland. He passed it on beautifully in front of the line. But the Redbacks through Wilson. He chops it off across half back along the boundary line. Too far.
Out on the ball.
There we go to Strickland, centre wing, just wide of centre. Commentary side.
Shannon Green on the ground.
And he gets plenty good touches too. And now the Redbacks, they'll chop that up and they'll switch it across the outer side to Brad Mitchell. Just too much pep on that one. And we'll see a boundary throw in right forward pocket for the Cats, 30 metres out from goal. It's 21 points the margin midway through the first term.
I tell you what, the Romsey defenders are pulling all stops out as well. So every forward thrust we seem to get from Macedon, the defenders seem to just rise to the occasion and just there's a big turnaround each time they go forward.
Yep. Macedon in its first 2 rounds, they had wins over Woodend Heskett and over Ruppertswood, and I think they've got to settle down here and put their heads to the rest, playing against the top club in Romsey.
Well, this is their biggest test this afternoon, and they'll press forward again, Macedon. But what's there? 3 Redbacks, 1 Cat. The Cat hits the ball in the form of Wright. And they get some assistance down there. I think it might have been Davies. He was crunched. Handball from Cusworth over the top. Right, he's bumped off the ball. Kicked towards the boundary line and just put under enormous pressure there. And usually you'd get them around the body, but it just went gun barrel straight towards the boundary line, giving the pressure.
It's not pretty footy down there in the forward line for Macedon, but I tell you what, the pressure being put on by the defenders from the opposition is pretty intense.
I fear for them in the second quarter because the wind is favouring that end very strongly, which they're kicking to, as Davies kicks it around the body, and a free kick will be awarded left forward pocket to the Redbacks out of bounds on the full.
This would be a nightmare for Meldrum to look up there and see against the Breeze. With the Breeze, they've kicked 3 behinds, and the opposition have kicked 4 straight sausage rolls with their big focus up there with Matty.
He said 3 straight to Davidson so far. Didn't look like missing so far this afternoon. Ball now moves up towards left half forward. Davies soccers off the ground. That might go out of bounds on the full again. It does.
Yep.
Well, it's a bit frustrating if you're a Cats supporter this afternoon because they've got the aid of, my opinion, probably about a 3 to 4, maybe even 5 goal Breeze, and they've kicked 3 behinds into it and haven't looked remotely attacking. The Redbacks have pressed forward and have just been more efficient. And they'll switch it across the outer side where they've sort of set up a lot of their goals as the Redbacks have the ball at right half back up towards Mitchell. Gets the handball going to a teammate there on the outer side. That might be Story. Draws a teammate over the top to McNaughton along centre wing outer side up towards left half forward, and Devlin can't quite take the mark there. Got some pressure there by a Cat. He keeps it in beautifully. Turns his man inside out. Actually, the boundary umpire was on the mark and he pays a boundary throwing.
They're creating the loose man beautifully, Romsey. They really are. Right along that flank, it was just quick movement, player to player. They keep creating the loose man, and they're enjoying the benefits of that.
They certainly are. They're really working that ball well across the outer side, and it's paying off beautifully. Harrison,
Clever.
sells some candy up towards, guess who? He had to come from behind. He got 2 to beat. That was Sanders, was the man in front. Of course, that's Davidson that we're talking about for Romsey. Sanders picks it up. He's ripped out. The ball slips out of possession. Christensen's tackled. The tackling is relentless there from the Redbacks. The ball's kicked out towards the commentary side. If the Cats can keep it in here through line. Dodges a tackle there from Rummel. Kick partially small. It just goes through right. Gets it through to Wilson now. Good work now by line. Second and third efforts. Magnificent. Up towards centre half forward to Fleming. Bashes it in front of him. Now Mitchell takes it across centre half back. Winning in the ground. Rode the tackle beautifully. Stepped up. Who knows how he did that? That's because it's Brad Mitchell. Ball up towards the umpire. It hits the umpire. It's called play on. Of course, as we saw at the start of the game, that's the rule that's introduced. And we'll see a ball up on the edge of the cricket pitch. No, free kick.
As the goal umpire pointed out, if it touches the umpire, the ball is still in play.
And we saw a clear-cut example of it there. Ball taken by the Cats. They'll send it long up towards centre half forward, over the head of Cusworth. Just overjudged the other carry of the wind now. The Redbacks, that's through a great player down there anyway. The ball heads out towards the hot spot there through Brad Mitchell. He's just winning plenty of the ball.
Yes, he is.
Invincible. Towards Nick Wilson along the boundary line. As the umpire see it, we'll see a boundary throw.
That pressure is real intense down there. The defenders are really working overtime, and they're doing a great job there for Romsey at this stage.
And up here on the defence, Macedon, Aaron Story, good work. He positioned himself between his opponent and the Romsey player who had the ball. Very good defence work, and he got Macedon into attack.
Redbacks with possession now with McNaughton. He'll kick it out towards the commentary wing. Good mark. Taken.
Quick hands, gee.
Up towards centre half forward, and Burgess takes a great mark for the Cats.
Well, they're on here, I think, Macedon, aren't they?
They certainly are. George Hillary out there on the outer side.
And the forward can set themselves up.
Long kick up towards centre half forward, Meldrum.
Yes, Big Al.
Oh. Now he's just got to go forward. No, he's looking to
pick the loose man.
And that was, he crucified that. The ball was spoiled there by Queen. Although Lyon, he still has it. A mongrel dribbling looking kick. Missed about half a dozen players there. Still about 25 metres out from goal. The Cats kicking to the right of your dial. They've turned the ball over now, which is trouble. Now the Redbacks nurse the handball. The chain of handballs head out towards the boundary line there with the pocket. The ball's still in play. 3 or 4 Redbacks around this one. And that was Danny Harrison that went over for the try, and we will see a boundary throw-in.
Sorry, Doug, just gone 20 minutes, guys.
Thank you.
And the score of 24-3 in favour of Romsey.
I hope Alistair Meldrum doesn't punish himself over that mistake there when he had the wind behind him. He was at centre half forward. He should have had a gone. But let's learn that. As a captain coach, he can learn from that still.
Indeed.
That would have gone through post height if he had a shot, given what he's capable of.
Yeah.
Ball up towards centre wing, Hansford. And I think of Robbins, they were colliding over that one now on the rebound now. Good pick up there by Mills.
Yes.
Yep, Hansford again winning plenty of the ball. He'll send it long. That might be Meldrum again. Oh, is that Fleming? I'm not too sure. It is Meldrum, I think. Oh no, it is Ash Fleming. Identical position.
Yes.
And he'll have a shot at goal. There's a little bit of how do you do involving Sanders and I think Wilson out there.
This will be an example to El Meldrum if he kicks this thing that Mel, you've made got to go before yourself.
And it'll go, might just hang out to the left and through for a minor score. Ash Fleming has kicked his second minor of the day. Beachy, have we got any scores in the RDF around the grounds, mate?
I'm still chasing up any scores from the RDFL. The app's only updating this game, unfortunately. But in the AFL, it's just gone into the second quarter, and Gold Coast Suns have just taken a 1-point lead over the Giants, 22-21.
Magnificent work there, mate. Here on Highlands FM, getting all the scores.
I think in the Giants, Lockie Plowman's been selected, Chris.
Oh, that's good for Macedon here. So Macedon fans, get excited. Lockie is playing today as the Cats, they'll head up towards goal square, and there should be a goal here. It is. It was a free kick, umpire called play on, and they get their first on the ball. That was Grant Ferrugia, formerly from the Gisborne Football Netball Club, played in the reserves, just missed out a number of his senior appearances, has kicked his first goal in the Cats' colours. Get around him.
Tell you what, they couldn't have been more timely. We're getting along to quarter time, and just to get that goal with a little bit more confidence, and maybe they can get out and kick against the breeze to make that more of a contest. At the moment, of course, they Romsey 4 goals straight, lead the home side, 1 goal, 4 behinds.
Yeah, so 14 points of margin. How long into the quarter, Jess?
Something going on in the centre there, Chris.
22 minutes.
22 minutes.
Well, will the umpire intervene? No, he don't by throwing at the wall.
Just get on with business now. On the ball up. Ball heads out towards centre wing, out of side. Romsey, a couple of players around possession of the ball. And Brad Mitchell's taken too high. Free kick. He's doing it at both ends.
Yes, he's best on the ground this first quarter.
Oh, Hancock Winery Player of the Day award could be heading to him very early on in the piece. He almost probably gathered his double possession now. There's now the Cats on the turnover. Melbourne! Fell over Royal at centre half forward. Umpire calls play on. Free kick. Now that might be
an interesting one. That one.
That's a new rule, I think, isn't it?
Below the knees, because the follow was down on his haunches.
Yep.
Alistair's gone over the top, but they're still saying below the knee, and therefore free kick.
Yeah, and I would
disagree. It's not so much the trip; it's below the knee.
Exactly. The fine line, as Meldrum, he should go back and have a shot here. The fine line between that one is that Meldrum was already in forward motion.
Yes.
It was almost, the momentum was carrying forward. He was going to make contact either way.
I think he tripped before he made contact.
I think he did.
Well, Meldrum with the kick.
That's a goal.
Look at the kick.
Oh, just touched.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, but I think you're right, Jess. He was tripped before he kicked.
And I think Alistair's learnt from what he did earlier.
Yes, he has indeed.
He had to go.
1 goal 5, of course, to 4 goals straight for Romsey. 1 goal 5.
But going back to the below the knee, I would think the umpires are going through a bit of a learning curve and interpretations of that law.
I think that one's going to take a little while to get going, which is going to be a hard one to understand, but we'll adapt nonetheless as the ball heads out towards far forward here for the Cats, and they'll win the possession through Sanders, and Fleming, he takes a mark right forward pocket, right side for a right footer. Slight angle.
A late thrust for the, for the home side.
Ken, I'd say the rules of football have changed a bit since 1858. The 12 rules, was it?
That's right, 12 rules now, right, gosh. One for every day of the year.
And Fleming has got the goal. The Cats 2-5-17 trail the Redbacks 4 straight on the siren.
They needed that, did they not?
Did they ever need that? It's quarter time now. The quarter time score sees Romsey 4 goals straight, leading Macedon 2-5. We'll be back after the break here at the Tony Clark Reserve with this big match of the day in the RDFL. Mind is probably on a whole lot of other things, but at least Mark took the time to talk out to our own Vici. Well done, Vici, and thanks to the clubs again. But to the ball here for this second quarter.
Here on Highlands FM's coverage of the River District Football Netball League, and the Redbacks will look to push forward again now to start this second term, and we'll see a ball up eventually. Actually, the umpire is going to penalise for holding the ball. Who's at the bottom of that one? Free kick to Romsey. Out of all that, and they'll push forward. A left foot kick partially smothered at about 35 metres out from goal. Handball dished over the top. Now through Brewer. McNaughton off the start, up towards the goal square, off hands, and a great work there from Veach as well. Good job, mate, having a chat there to Pedo. Fantastic opportunity there. Premiership coach in his 10th year at the as a coach as well, as a senior coach. So we're happy to have the Romsey on board. As we see a throw in now, ball off hands. Romsey still with possession. Austin. Partially smothered, didn't carry the distance from Green. Ball about 15 metres out from the Romsey goal. Pack builds, and we will see a ball up now.
Ooh, the defenders from Macedon are really on the job down there. It's not pretty football, but it's very effective. They're putting pressure right on.
Just to finish off on that point earlier before Mark Pedersen, Fanning was only 25 years of age when he went from Melbourne Football Club and then across to Hamilton. What a coup for Hamilton.
Gee whiz, 25-year-old, plenty of play left in him.
And represented Victoria just the season before.
Gee.
Oh, wow. Ball here at left half back here for Macedon in front of the Romsey interchange bench, and we'll see a ball up here on Highlands FM. It's 7 points to the margin, 4 straight to 2-5-17. Ball bashed towards the boundary line, and we'll see throwing. Jess, where was Romsey's last goal?
Romsey's last goal was Matty Davidson at 13-minute mark last quarter.
Magnificent. We'll see another boundary throw in here, so it has been a little bit of while between goals.
Oh, out in the full.
Free kick to Romsey on centre wing, commentary side in front of a big crowd here at the Tony Clark Reserve. And they're all enjoying a great game of football between two mighty rivals. Shannon Green up towards left half forward, just loped into no man's land there. Hansford went for the mark, ball hit the ground, got a handball over to Detman, who was dispossessed. Ball still along the boundary line, and plenty of action happening here. Ball barely squeezed out. Clark put under the pump there for McNaughton. Ball still close to the boundary line, just millimetres in fact. And we will see a ball up.
This is a good start by Macedon. This is going to be a very important quarter of an hour of this football match. Romsey kicking with the breeze. They are 4 goals straight to Macedon 2-5, who had the advantage of the wind in the first quarter. This is a very important quarter of an hour.
It certainly is. With all that, I think we saw a little bit of a push in the back from a Romsey player on a Macedon player, and when the players were getting up, the Romsey player gave a little bit of lip, and umpire Rob Simmons has paid a 50-metre penalty as a prerequisite. Because of it. And now it's Lyon. Mongrel looking kick. Couldn't have kicked it better to an opposition if he hadn't tried there. And Brad Mitchell takes the ball and centre half back, and now the Redbacks will switch across the outer side from Angus Story out towards a teammate there who just keeps it in up towards right half forward. Good mark.
You could just see with that turnover by Macedon, a couple of the Macedon players just looked at the ground. You know, their hopes were up, and then they just lost the initiative for that moment.
Very interesting what's happened here. I think a free kick was paid to Pete Markworth for holding on Matt Davidson, the hold of the arm at half back.
I hope the Macedon players can encourage one another, and the player who caused the turnover, he can be encouraged and put the mistakes behind you and get on the front foot and take the initiative.
Just repeating that score, Romsey 4 straight goals to Macedon 2-5-17. 24 leads 17.
Ball on the outer side. Good mark taken there from the Redbacks. It might have been from Harrison, a kick.
This is loose play by Macedon here.
That is, it's Farmer. He'll send the ball up towards left half forward to Guess Who takes a mark in front of his opposing number. Of course, to Guess Who, Matt Davidson.
Very disappointing for Macedon, and they've really got a man up, and they've got to play a tight quarter of an hour of football here. This quarter is going to decide this game.
It certainly will. Matt Davidson tucked up in the left forward pocket on a sharp angle, and he should go for the right hand post, and he did, but it hung out there too long. Minus score. Matt Davidson, 3 goals, 1 on the board today. Romsey's first minus score of the afternoon. They lead this one by 8 points. Kenny.
A sigh of relief goes around the supporters around this ground when they thought whenever Davidson's got the ball, it could be a sausage roll, but gosh, a bit of relief for the moment anyway.
Jess, Davidson's kicked 3 goals for the game. How has he kicked them?
He's kicked 2 goals in a behind, Chris.
Oh, was it?
I had 3.
3? I've got 2.
You had your head down doing the stats for
I was not paying attention to the game.
You caught my disease there, Jess, in the veins.
Ball up towards half back here for the Cats. Clough just keeps it in momentarily before he's taken out of bounds.
I don't know whether that breeze is quite so strong now, Chris. It's hard to tell because it's very hard to tell where we're fairly sheltered here. We're just looking around. The trees aren't blowing a great deal out there.
Well, judging by that throw in, the wind is starting to pick up there because it bulleted to Shannon Green over the back of the pack. Now Brewer at half forward just skews a kick along the boundary line, and it just touched. Boundary throw in. 25 metres out from goal.
And now I do notice the trees are now starting to move.
As if on cue, Kenny, the trees are listening to you.
They are indeed. Thank you, trees.
A boundary throw left forward pocket here for the Redbacks. Lead this one by 8 points, 25 to 17. See a throw in. Ball goes up. Ball brought to ground. Austin, he was one of the players who went up for that one. Plenty of players around this one for the Redbacks. They get a skewed kick, and that's through for a minor score. And I'd hesitate to think who that was.
Yeah.
If Macedon's defence can be tight and then run the ball out of defence, that's going to be good. At least if they can hold Romsey in this quarter.
Yes, that's the trick.
The Cats just need another one here to weather the storm. The Redbacks, they probably haven't made most of it. Umpire calls play on, touched by Strickland before McNaughton took it. Now to Farmer on the forward pocket here. He goes for one man, Guess Who? And he takes a mark again in the opposite forward pocket as Jess shakes her head. Is that in astonishment?
Oh, typical. He just doesn't seem to be able to miss a mark.
No.
He can't.
Sticky fingers, I call it.
Davidson runs around goals. Easy as you like. Well, it was just poetry in motion. Easy. It was magnificent work there by Davidson. He's got 4 on the board this afternoon. It's 32 to 17 in favour of the Redbacks, the visitors here this afternoon. And Davidson's kicked 4 of the best.
Yeah, I think there are 2 words that describe the difference between these 2 sides, and that's Matt Davidson. They've got a focal point up front, really.
Well, the Cats do have a few focal points up there. Meldrum, Fleming, Cusworth, he's up there. They've got a 3 tall forward attack.
Yep.
They just cannot get anywhere near it.
No, indeed at all. Ball's coming back to the centre. Again, the ground is just bathed in sunshine. It's a gorgeous little ground, this, and we're enjoying great footy weather. It is nice and comfortable.
Certainly is. As umpire Chris Stead will get ready to throw this ball up to restart proceedings now. About 10 minutes gone in this second term, and Farmer, he picks it up. It bounced favourably when it mattered. Right foot kick, barely went.
It's a worm burner.
Yeah, it was really. Just trying to think of maybe Angus Story height in terms of going along that one.
That was a decisive midfield knockout by David Gillerat, Chris.
Yeah, it certainly was. Goal again from general play. Matt Davidson got the smother from the ricochet from the man on the mark. From the kick, I think it might have been from Burgess. Ricocheted to Davidson. He's kicked another 5 goals.
David Gillerat's knockout from that centre, very decisive in getting that goal for Romsey. A big knockout down to the half-forward flank, opened up, and the goal ball down to the
Tell
goal
you
square.
what, Broadford might have big bad bruising Barry Hall, but we're getting an absolute full forward display of exemplary performance by Matt Davidson here. It's a real treat. If you don't vote for either side, I might add. If you're a Cat supporter, well, you're not happy, I'm sure, at this stage.
So what is it, Romsey? 6-2, 38 to Macedon, 2-5, 17.
That's it, and those 5 of those 6 goals kicked by Matt Davidson, so poor. Well, he's sensational effort.
I think he kicked 5 goals in the first half. The last time we saw him at Tony Clark Reserve.
And Gilray wins the knockdown again, Chris.
He's doing really well. I think he's one of the youngsters coming through. The Cats turn the ball over to Mitchell. Ball up towards Farmer. He is just making a rubber stamp on this game. Sorry, that was Brewer. My apologies there. Back to Brewer. Over to Gilray again. Can't quite pick it up at centre half back. Austin joins the party. He's wrapped up there by Strickland. Rid into the ground. Umpire Chris Stead will ball it up about 55.5 metres out from goal.
Is that Gilray who's taken a hard knock there?
Yeah, he's
just coming to his feet now.
Looks like he's going to
got one around the head, around the nose, by the looks of it.
Might come off the ground. He's been assisted by the trainers as the Cats win a free kick from line to Clough. They've got to get their run going, Macedon. They don't. Straighten the man on the mark. That was Tissery. Ball now on centre wing, out of side. More Cats than a red back. And the red back will win. Tissery still in pursuit there on the outer side. Now the Cats are in numbers. Knocked out towards the boundary line, and we'll see a throw in just left of centre. It's 38 to 17. Beach, have we got any more scores from around the grounds, mate?
I tell you what, he was saying in the first quarter, Melton Central's Kilmore, a low-scoring game in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's in the second quarter there. Melton Central 3-4-22 lead Kilmore, just the 2 behinds. At quarter time, Broadford kicked 4-3-27 to Diggers Rest 5-1-31, so that's still a dramatic change there. And GWS is trailing Gold Coast 27 to 65. About 20 minutes gone in the second quarter there.
And number 24, David Gillirat, of course, has come off the ground after sustaining that bit of a knock.
As the Redbacks a shot at goal, and that's through for a minor score. And it was a fabulous left foot kick. And now another minor score. It's 6-3-39 to 2-5-17. And I think we're almost about halfway through this second term here on 100.7 Highlands FM, Jess.
11 minutes actually, Chris.
11 minutes. Beautiful.
Very important for Macedon to display its defensive skills in this quarter, and then to turn defence into offence.
And I don't think that the Cats have scored this quarter, have they?
They haven't. We'll get during the next break of play. Jess, when was the Cats' last score?
Cats' last score was at the end of the last quarter, 24 minutes.
Fantastic.
Okay, so
Ash Fleming.
It's literally the ball. I don't think it's been on the forward line since we've been sitting here watching. It's just been the hard work of the defenders for some of Macedon that are keeping them in the game. Otherwise, it could blow right away.
Exactly now. As a shot at goal is through for a minor score for the Redbacks, and I think that might have been Danny Harrison who had that left foot behind.
Macedon would want to at least score 1 goal against the Breeze and not allow Romsey to score another couple of goals. They've got the wind in the third quarter.
Yes, they certainly do. A bit of kerfuffle there. The umpire called play on. Davidson harassed there by Detman, who must take it through for a rush behind. He does.
And that literally, Chris, is what you call a dust up.
Yes, because the dust
was everywhere.
Well, a comedy of errors there. It's now 41 to 17 here on Highlands FM. Tim Detman made an uncharacteristic area when the umpire called play on. And now Story.
Shocking kick out.
Just got a hand on that one now, but the Romsey got the support there. Brewer around 45 metres out from goal. He slung as he kicked it. Will win a free kick. And interpretation of the rule, because the high contact was made as he kicked it, the ball will go back to whence it come from. As Strickland's coming from the ground, and he's sort of limping. And this is not good news. Gilliray comes off as well. The 2 number 24s. Strickland's not looking good at all, guys. As Brewer will take a shot at goal, and it'll go out of bounds on the full. Left forward pocket free kick to the Mighty Cats, who trail this one by 24 points. And Strickland's hobbling from the ground in front of us here on the commentary side, not looking too good at all. Bit of anguish. And he's been under the pump there across centre half back for the Cats. As Matt Goodwin will look to come onto the ground. Burgess with a kick, up and under, up towards half back here. Player goes up, ball brought to ground. There's about a dozen players around this one, and it's McNaughton who dishes out the handball over the top. Farmer, good kick, just overcooked it there with Devlin. He now has the ball 40 metres out from goal, off a step, up and under, but ideal up towards Harrison, goes to ground, ball towards the boundary line. Redbacks still in possession. Mitchell, handball in board. Ball now about 25 metres out from goal. Umpire still calls play on. Mitchell in there again. Plenty of players around this one again. Macedon just get a sneaky kick out, but the Redbacks through Wilson up towards the trainer. And a free kick. That'll go to Macedon for in the back against Davidson.
The umpires are certainly letting this play go this afternoon. They're letting get into the huddle there, but they're saying, players, you sort it out. Get the ball out of there. I'm not going to give you a free. I'll hold your ball up every time.
Exactly. And it's working well, and a free kick has been paid here to Macedon half back, and the umpires called the blood rule.
Chris, I just wondered whether Alistair and the coaching panel of Macedon might like to think about running Josh Clough around the back line and run and carry the ball out. Just help the defence down there, and it will help Josh get into the game a bit.
Well, they just need any run whatsoever, and that would be ideal. And this is the other player I put in there in right. He would probably needs to play a lot more to carry the ball. As Fleming goes up here on centre wing, it's Clough, the man you were talking about. Well, he needs to do it a couple of ends because that's the quality of play that the Cats need at the moment.
Good mark.
Good dukes there. Hansford over to Mills, dribbles around the forward 50 mark here for the Cats. They'll go into left every dial.
Oh, well tackled.
Sanders wrapped up.
Oh, well tackled.
Good tackle.
Who was that, Chris? Was that Phil Rommel?
Who gave away that free kick?
Yes.
The tackle, the arm just
Went up.
down.
Okay.
So about the 40 metre mark, isn't it?
Well, they need a good score from this Macedon.
To Clough, takes it along the boundary line, just got a handball, good work there by Gillirat. Umpire calls play on, in the forward pocket here from right, from a standing start, will go up to the hot spot.
Romsey, one Macedon against three Romsey.
And it was the one Macedon small that just couldn't quite get anywhere near. Yeah, that's Brad Mitchell. Left foot kick along the boundary line. Up towards right half back there. Devlin's got a couple of Cats to contend with. It's the Cats that win with a mongrel looking kick from Devlin.
There, talk.
Plenty.
They've lost their opportunity. They needed to score out of that thrust.
They sure did.
This will be a goal here to the Cats because Petroro's got it. Oh, he had it before. He spent it before he had it. He turned the ball over, but he had McNaughton there in support. Now he picks it up. The two fastest players in this competition, and Petroro wins it. Left foot kick up towards half forward towards Davidson along the boundary line, dribbles out of bounds. What a contest.
Oh, there's plenty of skill going on out there, and you're hearing it all right here on 100.7 Highlands FM.
Wowee, good game of football here. The Cats trail this one by 4 goals at 17-41. Jess, how long into this term?
17 minutes, Chris.
Fantastic. Petroro wins the knockdown about 35 metres out from goal. Ball dribbles through for a rush behind.
Tell you what, over halfway through this quarter, and despite the fact that all the players been up on the right-hand side of our dial, in other words, it's been on the forward line for Romsey, they've still managed to keep them, suppress that scoring rate down. This is desperation football bringing on by the Cats, and they're hoping they'll make up a tone now in the third quarter.
Exactly, Ken. They have. One of the goals got away from them. One goal that they scored got away from them. But I think that it's important that Macedon keep the pressure on, and with that forward thrust, pity they didn't get a goal there. Very important they show their defensive skills at the moment, and then offence with running the ball out after their defence.
Boundary throw in centre wing in front of the scoreboard. Hansford wins the tap for the Cats. Detman under a lot of pressure to Clough, just where you want him, Clough and Wright, the two players that really need to get some speed into the Cats.
Come on, run onto the ball, Macedon.
Oh, they're under a lot of pressure now. Redback falls over in the middle of the ground. Cats on hands and knees. That might have been line. Here's a goal here to Christensen. If he can take the mark, he's and Wilson rides him into the ground. He still gets up. Christensen, right foot snap, bread and butter, golden points. No, missed a lot.
They've had two opportunities, but they haven't made the most of them. The two opportunities they've got up there.
Chris.
And we tried.
Golden point in front.
This just nothing. Christensen giving us nothing here on Highlands FM.
Macedon players need to get a goal here.
They sure do.
Right forward pocket boundary throw in about 25 metres out from goal. Cusworth won the tap. Who's there for the Cats? That might have been Christian.
I think it was a crude tackle, wasn't it?
It was, and that's how Christiansen's got the free kick. You don't let me down, Azza. Kick the goal or kick something.
Currently 2-5 and they're trailing 6-6, so a goal here at least keeps them within contact.
Well, the name Christensen is coming up a bit, isn't it, with Geelong and Macedon?
That's true.
Same colours.
Same colours.
Christensen about 15 minutes out. Dead in front, goal.
Yes.
Thank you. There we go. The Cats are on the board now. And in a moment's time, we'll get Jess to give us the time between goals.
Well done, Macedon. Well done.
So
that was the one they needed.
A big relief for a lot of the Cat supporters around the ground here. They said, "Oh gosh, we're still in this, and hopefully that wind will keep up in the third quarter, and we can capitalise again this time on really maximising our use of the ball with that wind."
It's been about 20 minutes since Macedon's last goal.
True. And what stage of the quarter are we at now, Jess?
About 20 minutes.
Oh, sorry.
So they kicked the goal.
At the very end of the last quarter.
Oh, okay.
Who kicked that one again?
Yes.
That was Fleming, Ash Fleming.
Beautiful. And now on the restart here, the Redbacks by 19 points. They've still got possession of the ball through Brewer.
Yes, they're getting it away from the midfield a lot, Chris.
They will. They are. They're moving it quickly. Now Meldrum's gone back. That could be a key, given that Strickland's off the ground with an injury, which we'll clarify with very shortly. With the extent of that at half-time.
And with those 2 or 3 thrusts forward by Macedon, it was good to see Josh Cuff getting his hands on the ball.
Well,
it helps all players. It helps all players. If you're on the ground, but you can't get a touch, your confidence levels, but you start getting your hands on the ball, makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, my word.
It's certainly important at this stage of the game. You did need. You said those guys needed to lift with Clough across half back. He's done the job all over the ground so far since then. As Dawson takes the mark, it's been a little bit quiet since quarter time. Brewer up towards left half forward over the head of Petrolo. Davidson, handball to himself. Now he dished it off a handball. Sets it off to a teammate, and it is a 6-pointer.
Yes, it's a contra, isn't it? That's something that they don't need. They've just got the goal. They had to defend very well, and what's happened now is they're back to where they were. It's a very important quarter of football we've got here.
That's right. Davidson did everything bar kick that goal. He actually set it up for his player, and my gosh, give him almost a tick for that goal, even though he didn't actually physically kick it.
That was Jamie Newell.
Yeah, Jamie Newell, Chris.
And how long's between Redbacks goals now?
Between Redback goals, they got one in the 8-minute mark of this quarter, and that was the 21st minute.
Okay, so we're heading towards the long break here at the Tony Clark Reserve. Current scores 7-8 to Romsey and 3-5 to the home side.
Yes, and of those 7 goals, Matty Davidson already has 5. For listeners who
assisted 2.
And assisted 2, that's
assisted 2.
He's pretty handy.
Yes.
Pretty good, I might have him on my
He's
team.
proving that come 2013, he's still there. He's reminding us all.
Yes, he is.
The Cats. They'll get the ball into their forward line, will they, Christensen? Well, turnover now, Petrolo.
This is dangerous again. Look at
Dawson.
Takes what Macedon do not need. They'd got that goal, did good work up there to get there with that goal, and now there's a possibility of a second one coming up since that goal.
But Dawson, given the style of play that he is, he should kick this goal. He's in front of the scoreboard. He's on about a 45-degree angle right side for right footer.
He's taking the fast bowler run-up, Chris.
He is. Well, he's taking the Adam Sard run-up from St Kilda. He took that magnificent run-up for the Saints on Anzac Day.
Yes.
Cam
Talking of Josh Kennedy, he's run up. It's a different one, isn't it?
He certainly is.
Dropping short.
Ball 4 short now. Hillary, left foot, kick chopped off by Petrolo. Half forward, now he'll split up to the hot spot to Farmer.
Petrolo's playing very, very well this quarter, is he not?
Oh, he is. He's making it very exciting for us to watch here on Highlands FM. And Farmer, who took the mark right about 25 metres out from goal, he should be a chance to put this straight through the what, Kenny?
The high diddle-diddle.
Magnificent.
Well, the beauty of Pettori's play there, Ken, was where he positioned himself when the ball was down on the full forward line, and coming out, that was expected to come out there, he positioned himself there.
That's right.
And he was virtually on his own.
That's right, that's right.
It lives up to Kenny's promise, and Farmer goes bang for goal number 2, and The 8th for the Redbacks. They're 54-23. It's 31 points of margin. It's 8-6 to 3-5.
This has crept down to a bit of a margin there.
Yes.
31 is it's over 5 goals, and that means they're going to have to really, really perform in the third quarter to really get back in touch with this game. That's
And your
massive.
comment was quite right there earlier, Ken. They were holding Romsey, but
Yep.
then
Just let that pressure ease off a little bit, and my gosh, they're not going to let this mob go. Give them an opportunity, they'll take it. Don't worry about that. Especially with one M. Davidson down that end.
Just gone 24 minutes, fellas.
54 minutes, can't be much time to go.
That's how long the first quarter went. In the first quarter, we saw 6 goals. This quarter, we've seen 5.
5.
the scores at quarter time, Chris, were please.
4 straight to 2-5 in favour of the visitors here this afternoon. They've kicked 4-6 for the term as opposed to 1 goal.
Major.
Ball goes up again, and the Redbacks win it through one of the young stars there, Gillirat. Ball up towards centre half forward. Ball dished out now. Dawson, he has a bounce. This would be icing on the cake. It is.
It is. Oh,
Goal for the Redbacks.
as we just said, give them a sniff, and they'll take the opportunity. They'll punish you for it. My gosh, that's a couple of quick goals there, just on the knocker of the half time. Oh yes,
And we'll get
us
us-
a big task.
get us-
And
stat there.
Dawson's had a good first half, Chris and Ken.
He certainly has. Jess, how many in the last few minutes the Redbacks kicked a few goals? What's
Yes,
the
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
they
statisticians
kicked
working
3.
hard.
21st, sorry, Doug. 21st minute, 23rd minute, and 24th minute. So almost 1 minute.
That's
per goal.
That's should have RSI out, Jess. All that writing, all these scores.
And how are you going? What are your thoughts, Peachy?
It's starting to blow out a little bit to Romsey's favour. I'm saying they're just getting the numbers behind the ball and they're actually getting the ability to run and get the good execution to the forward 50.
Chris, I think the sports rap team, the sports team of Highlands FM, have got to find out a little bit more about this young Romsey ruckman.
Oh, from Gillirat. He's dominating the ruck now as the Cats press forward.
Oh yes.
Good, they might get a goal back here.
Please, for the cat's sake, may this convert into a major.
For our sake, we want a good,
We want a
close
good match.
finish.
That's right, for our listeners and for the viewers.
Meldrum will have a shot at goal. Now, I'm a fan of history. We called this match 2 years ago, and Macedon were on top of the ladder with 5 wins. They kicked 3-5 for the entire match in that game, and Romsey ended up winning by 12 goals. So this is to break that duck. They've kicked a few low scores here against this opposition, and it fades and misses.
Yes, the wind has blown up. It's gusty, and just as Alistair was about to take his kick, the wind was up at that stage.
You just see the dust blowing across that cricket pitch out the centre there. It's quite a wind blowing out there.
It
You
is.
can see it now. It's yes, those trees are really.
Oh yes, now here's a chance.
This is Matt Goodwin.
Matt Goodwin is about, well, how far out? Chris?
He'd be about 27 metres out from goal.
27 and a half, I thought. But
Yeah, I
still-
think I'll back your judgment there, Kenny. Almost directly in front. Goodwin doesn't usually kick too many goals, so this would be a team lift. He gets close to the narrow mark. Oh! Lands at the goal square. Meldrum snaps goal.
A coach's goal right on the mid.
No, actually, hold on. Umpires are having a discussion.
Oh no.
They're looking at whether it was going to be touched or not. Umpire Chris Stead is down there.
So the umpire would have said touched, would he? Or
It's a goal.
No, it's all
It
clear.
is a goal, all clear.
Umpire John Reid and Chris Stead were talking at that one.
There's some relief going around the crowd here as far as the Cats supporters are concerned. We needed that, or they needed that one very, very dearly. So it just gives them that, shortens that margin a little bit. Still quite a daunting margin to face at the long break, but still they're in touch with the game.
27 and a half minutes, guys. I can't imagine there'll be much left.
Yes, a bit of time on. There have been goals kicked and the out of bounds and all that. A lot of time on being called.
I'll give the Longines a
The
good
wind.
kick there, but might have run out of batteries.
Quick around the grounds in the BFL. Gisborne 22 lead Maryborough 20.
Wow.
Over there at the Gardner Reserve, just around the corner.
Yep.
As the Brad Mitchell, he does a good kick around the corner up towards centre half forward, just over the head of his teammate there in green. Ball out 50 metres out from the Redbacks goal. Players will converge on this one, and we should see a ball up, weather permitting, on this one.
The Cats will be sweating on just keeping this pressure up so that they don't have another score before half time.
And the umpire's just letting this go on, as you said, Kenny.
Yeah.
Scrum.
Players sorted out yourselves, but eventually he's had to call for the ball to be thrown up.
It was about 5 minutes there where the players were around that one.
Yeah.
As we'll see a ball up around about 40 metres out from the Redbacks goal down the corridor. Gillirat wins the tap again, and free kick too high to Romsey, and that might be to Jackson Mills. Or is it? No, it isn't.
Exactly 30
that for
points
Rommel?
the difference.
Cam Streeter.
30 points the difference.
30 points.
So it's 5 goals. Tell you what, another goal here, and that's
Just an even 6.
yeah.
To Cameron Streeter.
Yes, that's a 72. 72, not 12.
He kicked 4 goals last week,
Oh no,
Streeter.
a Mungle kick.
And it's out of bounds on the full.
Yes.
Always dead in front.
You know, it's a reminder. Sorry, go on, Jess.
29 minutes, guys. It's got to be ending soon. I hope we haven't forgotten about them.
They've dozed off. I
Well,
think.
well, with the wind,
Their
they've had
bottom's
to,
broken, maybe.
yeah, they've
Yeah.
had to chase the ball a bit, haven't they? As well. And it's just a reminder, fellas. Steve Burlock's not playing, and Jesse. Blake Henderson's not playing. Matty Blair and Dave Henderson.
So there's
Yes.
a lot of
Yes,
quality star player.
Well, that's why I tipped Macedon. Thought they're missing a lot of their star
Yes,
players. Maybe
yes.
they won't make
Yes,
it.
you
But
certainly
obviously, I've
did.
been proved wrong so far. So we'll just have to see how we go in the second half.
Just shows you the depth that the club has,
Yes,
Jess,
it does.
doesn't
It
it?
does, Doug. Yes.
And the kick that it went out of bounds on the full went out of bounds in return, and Romsey will have a shot at goal from Shannon Green. Now this would be beyond him any day of the week, but given the breeze, he'll
It's
hoist
just
it
carrying,
long.
carrying it right into the goal square.
What wasn't a mark there? That's a goal to Petroro, isn't it? That is a goal to Petroro. Put that down as a 6-pointer. I don't know how he got it. It is a 6-pointer off the pack.
And you heard in the background the siren to note half time. My gosh, we've got an absolute breathtaking match here. And we'll be back after the break to analyse what's happened in the first half. And also, we'll have a special guest as well. Here on 100.7 Highlands FM.